All right, here are the post-game 2023 Division III Men's Basketball Championship second round. Mount Union wins 90-66 over Lancaster Bible. We're joined by head coach Mike Buline, senior Jeffrey Mansfield, and senior Colin Gurley. Coach, would you like to open this up with a statement?
Yeah, obviously we want to congratulate Lancaster Bible with an incredible season that they've had. That win last night was, for the ages, and just such good people too, obviously, and they do things the right way. Their coach is tremendous, and just happy. I think they had a good experience here. Obviously, they would have liked to win, but a lot of these schools that we're playing, we're an older team, and a lot of these guys are young, and having that experience of playing in this game against older guys it's a big deal. It's a big deal, that experience. So, but that's our thoughts. And I thought coming in that we certainly would be ready. Emotionally, we'd be ready. These guys are very good basketball players, obviously. My concern was, would we have enough juice, left after last night? And we showed that we did. We really did. And just kind of walked through some things today and watched a ton of film. Coach Twitty's our film guy. I think we watched every single clip that they scored on all year. So definitely prepared. I'm just very happy to be moving on. The last time I sat here was in 2019, 2020, and it was as normal as this, and then the world shut down 2 days later. So, he was a part of it. He was a part of it at another school, but for our guys to experience, have another chance, I'm thinking about our seniors from that year, and just having a chance to kind of prove and show that we can make a run at this thing. I'm excited for that.
Colin, piggyback on that, going back to the Sweet 16, fourth time in school history, and then what Coach just talked about with that COVID year, everything stopped, and you guys are on that run. It's a long time coming. What are your kind of emotions going into back to the Sweet 16 this year?
I think first off, I just would say let's knock on wood. Same thing doesn't happen. That happened.
Don't even break it.
But honestly, there's emotions as there should be. We just got to prepare whoever we would face in the Sweet 16. We know right now our goal was just to go 1-0 today. 1-0 yesterday, 1-0 today, and then you want to get better 1% every day. And then Friday, whoever it is, if they come here, if we got to go to them, it's just trying to go 1-0.
And Jeffrey, 17 points, 8 boards, 5 assists. It seems like as soon as tip off, you're a man on a mission. What was your mentality going into tonight's game?
I just wanted to win. I felt like yesterday the 2-3 zone kind of didn't allow me to get my best performance. I think I was 0-4 from the free throw line yesterday, so I just kind of felt like I owed the guys a little bit extra today.
All right, we'll open it up. Mike?
Colin, I'll start with you. Coming off of yesterday, back-to-back games, Coach said he was worrying about how much juice you guys had left. Last night, the lead dwindled very fast. Tonight, you were able to maintain the lead. How big was that going into the final stages of this game?
With a team like that and the type of players that they have, Jordan and Grant, Adam, all those guys, you just want to be able to just, like you said, maintain that lead. Just stay calm. They came out hot, but basketball is a game of runs. It's 40 minutes, so you can't just get down in that first 5. At the end of the day, you just got to keep playing, keep going, keep battling. We're in March, surviving advance, so you just got to keep going until that buzzer rings.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the last Sweet 16 team compared to this team? Last time you had Colin scoring 38 and then Nate Bauer-Malone scoring 53 to end that game. This year, it's even.
Yeah.
It's double-digit scoring from 5 different guys tonight, and Chris was 3 points away from making it a 6 guy.
Yeah. Well, I'm just bringing up Chris. We're just happy he's back. I think he's frustrated. He wanted to play a little more yesterday, but we had to ease him kind of back into it. But he came with a good attitude today and played extremely well for us. We're going to need him. But, comparing two teams, it's a difficult thing. These are two totally different teams, although some of the players are still here. This team prides itself from the first day on how they're going to guard. And it may not be perfect every possession, but they're going to lock in and they're going to defend. And when you have a team that enjoys playing defense, and they're we use the word connected all the time. We preach family, and it sounds a little corny to say that we're connected at like a family defensively. That took a little bit of time, but adding Jeffrey, and he's a coach on the floor and just continually talking. Collins brought his defensive game to an unbelievable level than what we've ever seen. So when they're connected and everybody's guarding, I think Braden and Christian, I think were 1 and 2 at one point in the country in block shots. So that's the difference. I think that team was certainly good defensively as well. But they really like to play offense. Not that we don't like to play offense, but the defensive side of the floor is, if you beat us, you beat us, man. I can tell you, because you're going to get our best. There's no doubt about it.
Coach Mike, I want to throw this one to you, and then Jeffrey and then Colin, if you guys want to weigh in. I think your next game would be your 30th of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
It still seems like there's a lot of juice left, a lot of gas in the tank. Could you talk about maybe, is there another level or two for this team to go?
I do. I think, defensively, just depending on who we play, we've seen so many different types of teams and everything they run. When Coach Twitty was showing the film today, he's like, this team runs this. We've seen it just about every single action you could possibly see. We've seen bigs. We've seen great guards. We saw great guards this week too. Sammy, there wasn't that feeling of, man, this is going to be it. I don't feel that yet, and that's a good thing. Just to spend another week together and enjoy that together with these guys is something special.
Colin?
And this time around in March, I feel like you can only get better. Like that has to be the point. It has to be that 1% every day. Like you have to get better. So with us, I think there is a different level we can tap in. Sometimes on the court, like you'll see it like 4 or 5 possessions in a row where we're just getting steals, dunks, threes, everything like that. Then we'll slow down again. But it's coming along. Even though like we're a new team, all of us haven't really played with each other. Like I've always played against Jeffrey. This is my first time playing with Darrell, my first time playing with this, I call it the new Christian, because when I had him in COVID, he wasn't dunking and doing what he's doing now. But I believe there's a new level, and we just got to find it, and it's going to click.
To me, I just think a lot of us have something to prove. Especially, my 4 years, I felt like I, didn't have a lot of team success, so I think this group of guys just have a lot of things to prove. So coming together, like we have a whole nother level that we can take it to, and that's what we want to get to.
Let me say this too, Sammy. He often says that, like, he didn't have a lot of team success. He was coached, and he will tell you, by 2 unbelievable people. And for us to be able to have a relationship and things change over there, and him come here has been, it's incredible. I don't want him to leave. Hopefully he's here as an assistant, at GA next year. But, I got the benefit of that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I got the benefit of him being coached, him being challenged. He had 40, what do you have on us then? 42 on us.
26 free throws.
He had those goggles on back in the day, But I can tell you the hardest out every year was Wilmington, and he had a lot to do with that. So, and his coaches. They're my friends, but more than that, just so much respect for them as people.
I want to talk about your rebounding tonight as well. It seems like you're going against some big guys over there for Lancaster, and your bigs are doing a great job of boxing them out and letting your other guys come in and scoop up those secondary rebounds. Yes. Colin, you ended up with a double-double tonight just because you're scooping in and cleaning from the work that your bigs do. Is that something that you guys started to preach and push towards the end of the season?
No, we were not a very good rebounding team. We just weren't. I think at John Carroll, it cost us a game, amongst other things. But, these guys, whatever they want to do, and when they're locked in, they're going to do it. We can sit here. I can't tell you how many text messages I got about free throw shooting, yesterday. We work on it. These are grown men. They've shot free throws their whole life. Jeffrey making 4 tonight, it has nothing to do with coaching. I can promise you that. I think as teams, mature, they start valuing winning, and they know that rebound's a big part. I mean, Jeffrey boxed out that guy, multiple times, their big guy, and came down with 3 rebounds. I mean, he had 8. Braden had 9. Colin had 10. Can't believe that. But it's that time of year where you got to do what you got to do to win the game, and that's going to be important. It's going to be really, really important moving on.
Go ahead. Jacob.
Jeff, you kind of talked about it a little bit earlier about how you started out at Wilmington. Obviously, an incredible career. I can say broadcasting your games too, man. I was always looking for you right there for Wilmington and everything. But just talk about this moment right here for you personally, like coming over from Wilmington, coming to Mount, and really just what you're feeling right now, being in the moment, stepping up big for your team in the second round today.
Well, first I want to say my first 4 years at Wilmington prepared me for a lot of things, whether it's on the court or if it's in life. So that being said, I feel like I'm really prepared for this moment. So anytime I walk on the court, I feel, like I'm ready to play. And then just being here with these guys gives me another extra boost. Like knowing that I have Colin on my left, Christian on my right, and Darrell's somewhere in the corner. It makes it a lot of like extra confidence for me walking on the court, and then just being a part of this is just unbelievable. It's an unbelievable experience, and I'm glad that I got to be able to be a part of this team.
For sure, and then my only other question here is for you, Colin. So obviously you were part of that team that had the Sweet 16 cut short, and then you come back to Mount Union this year, and then obviously you're back in the Sweet 16 right now. Just kind of talk about the moment here from you too, like what you're feeling right now and how special this is.
One, I'm getting goosebumps. It's crazy. Part of me like wants to sit there and just like cry, and just because everything that happened, to go to the Sweet 16, to then leave and come back. Now I'm going to the Sweet 16 again. But it's like Jeffrey said, like everybody on this team, from Darrell all the way down to Corey, Dante, Jonah, everybody, we all got something to prove. And I think that's just what it is for me as well. Like I feel like I have something to prove, and it's not only that we can win, but I can help in many ways. In that Sweet 16 run, I think I was second on the team in scoring. But like this year, everything is just different. Like he said, like I can say the same thing. I got Jeffrey on my left. I got Christian somewhere up there to catch the ball. Braden Poole, dog. Corey somewhere. Dante somewhere. Darrell somewhere. Jonah comes in. We call Jonah V12. He got a Hemi inside of him. This team is just fun. So it just makes it fun for me.
Over the years, you've had some great teams here. I'm not asking you to compare teams at all. With that being said, the depth of this team, I mean, you go all the way down. You don't lose much at all when you sub in, sub out. How important is that, even for guys to come in for 60 seconds or 75 seconds and get it back out and get your guys out there again? How deep is this team?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge, and those guys that, we trust in them. And then sometimes, like tonight, they'd go 2 bigs. Then, we can mix and match who we want to go in. But, like, Logan Hill, I mean, he needs to go in there. And even though he fouled, although I don't know about all of them, but, we need him, his leadership. I mean, he came up to me in shoot-around and goes, "I'm ready for 32 when you need." I said, "I know you are, buddy." So the depth's always going to be there. I think when you get to this point without depth, you have no chance, And this guy, and both of them, I said, "Hey, you're going to have to play the one." I mean, he's played the 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when he kind of needs a break, he'll bring it up the floor. And so, we're just a team, you're just a team. I think we have some freedom offensively that they like, and I trust them. As long as they guard, then they have some freedom.
Lastly, what's your message to the team, Coach, going to the Sweet 16?
We need a couple days off. We need to rest a little bit here, myself included. We are a little older, so we need some rest, and then we're just going to enjoy the moment. Am I wrong? Is there any pressure? I don't think there's any pressure whatsoever, man. We just want to go play. I think the first game, I felt the pressure. We all did, because they were so good, and that. Anderson's just a first-round game. You're like, it was a tough one. Once we got past that hurdle, I think from here on out, man, we're playing. We're going to be who we are, and that's either going to be good enough or it's not. No matter what, we're 26 or 27 and 2. it's an incredible year. You know, we've cut down 3 nets. We want to cut down a couple more. That was our goal, 5, right? We're at 3. Try to get to 4.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
For your time.
Thank you, guys.
Best of luck.